I'm very intrigued by the number of people who always say you can do anything that you put your mind to. And I've been told that, and I've been able to live that in a lot of ways. I put myself through school. I got an MBA. I've traveled all over the world. I've done a lot for my years. And 2 years ago, I was driving down the freeway, and I was listening to one of your tapes, and suddenly this idea came to me. Why don't you win some money? So I said, okay, how much do I want to win? Well, I want to win $16,320,000 or more, happily, healthily, and safely. And I think about it, and I think it would just be such a cool thing to do, the kind of power that I would get from that, actually thinking that I could do this. And so I wanted to know, you're sitting here looking at me, from my
when we
vibration.
come back from segment of refreshment, we'll chew this over really well with all of you, because all of you might as well do exactly the same thing. Bring us back around to where we are.
Oh, we're around to the money. Or more, yes.
Do you think that you've ever asked for money before?
Yes.
Do you think you've ever asked for an amount of money before that you have not received? In other words, is this your first attempt at clarifying the amount of money you're wanting to receive?
No, I've asked for amounts of money that I have received. I've never not received what I asked for.
So you're in the perfect place of receiving, aren't you?
No.
And how is that?
I haven't gotten it yet.
And so does that mean that you are not in the place of receiving it, or does that mean that, in other words...
I'm not in the perfect place of receiving it. I would think being in the perfect place to receive would mean that I'd have it already.
But when you follow that logic, that means that anything that I ever might want, I must already have before I want it. In other words, the reason that we're probing just a little bit here is because, can you feel that even though this is a relatively new intention, and even though you've had very good success in setting forth intentions and allowing them to come to fruition, can you feel that your vibration is more about it not coming than it is about it coming?
Yes.
Because when we say to you, so you're in a place of receiving, you say, no, I am not in a place of receiving because it has not yet come. And so how can you get into the place of letting it come from your place of being so aware that it has not come?
That's why I'm here, asking you.
Well, see, that's the most important question. How can I be aware that something that I want isn't, and let something that I want be? That's the hurdle. That's the only hurdle. And so if you are really wanting something, and therefore every day really checking to see the evidence and coming up with evidence that says it is not coming, then you're keeping that vibration activated. The vibration that is activated is, it is not coming, it has not come, it might come, but I haven't seen it yet. And you know, even though that's a hopeful vibration, it might come. In fact, I think it will come, but it hasn't come yet. Still, that's a vibration that could hold you in the place of not allowing something to manifest forever. Because the vibration is, the active vibration is, it has not come. So how do I get from a place of being without something that I want into a place of allowing it to come before it comes? And we say, you have to either not think about it, in other words, you've asked, now just let it be, focus on other things. But on a subject such as your body, or in a subject such as dollars, where there's so much pressing evidence all the time, it is more difficult for you to hold yourself in vibrational harmony with what you want, and yet that is what is required. So that's why we believe that the game of virtual reality, or the game of visualization, or the game of selective memory, which is sifting through and looking for other things that felt like that, anything that causes you to activate the vibration that lets it in. So that's what you want to say. I'm activating the vibration that lets it in. So then you move through your day-to-day experience, and you watch for how you're doing relative to vibration. In other words, as subjects of money come up, How do you respond to them? How do you feel? What does the life experience that's happening to you activate within you? And you have to practice activating things that maybe aren't being activated. So talk to us just in an effort to establish where your vibration is. And of course, manifestation always shows that. But you can feel whether you're on the brink of something or whether you have a little more vibrational aligning to do. So talk to us on a day-to-day basis. What kinds of thoughts relative to the subject of money are you experiencing?
Not many. I mean, I only pay my bills once every 2 weeks, and I feel relatively secure with my financial situation. So I don't worry about money or fret about it.
Good.
I have plenty to do what I want to do, and I travel. I don't work. I am looking for a job now because I think that it'll take my mind off of the winning the money.
So what you're saying to us is
I need something to do.
You are living an abundant life already,
Yes.
and it's coming to you with relative ease. And so you are very much in alignment. In other words, dollars in, dollars out, dollars in, dollars out. You are in alignment. But recently you have identified a new intention that goes beyond what you've ever yet allowed. And so now you're stretching to become a vibrational match to the new intention. So if you are the receiver of $16 million, how does that change one's life? At all?
It would change my life, yes.
In what ways?
I think, well, first and foremost, just having the money. And I think it would be really cool for me to do this and know, yes, it is true. I can do anything that I put my mind to. Usually, when I put my mind to something, it's something that I know I can have. I mean, and even if I don't really know it, I do everything in my power to go after it.
So what you're saying to us is that, let us build a little basis here, and then we'll come back to that, because we want to explain why that is working so well for you. When you ask for something that you are a vibrational match to, you let it in easily. When you ask for something that you are not a vibrational match to, you don't let it in. In earlier words, we were saying, if you desire something and you believe it, then it is. If you desire something but you don't believe it, and your belief is the most active vibration, then you don't let it in. So if you desire something and you don't believe it, but you don't think about what you believe, you just think about what you desire, then it doesn't matter what you believe because it's an inactive vibration. The desire is so much more active that then it is. So whether we're talking about desires or beliefs is really not important. What is important is what is the most active vibration relative to a subject. So you say, well, I have desired dollars, but I have, for the most part, desired only those things that I believed I could do. So I stretched beyond that, which maybe others were stretching, but I always knew that I could do it. So what you're saying to us is, I kept holding myself in vibrational balance because I didn't let myself desire beyond what I believed I could pull off.
Right.
And then there was that time of ripple where you taught yourself that you could pull off more than you'd pulled off before,
yes.
but it required a lot more effort than you were really willing to apply. And so then you sort of backed off and got that into alignment until now you have yourself in a very nice place where there are dollars that are flowing comfortably, where your work effort is in alignment, and now you're wanting to sort of test the system by saying, how far can I go with this?
Yes.
Now, ordinarily, we do not encourage tests, although the universe is very compliant because the universe will always show you results, and that's what tests are. Tests are applying some sort of activity and then watching for the results. And so it really is not so different from what life experience is about. What I think and how I feel and what manifests is always a vibrational match. So you always have those test results readily available, don't you?
Yes.
So now you're saying, but I want to reach far beyond what I have allowed before. Would you say that you're reaching far beyond?
Yes, I am. I mean, I just came to the conclusion. I said, well, you know, I listened to your tapes and you're like, what is it that you really want? And, you know, I wanted things that I thought I could have. And then finally I said, hey, wait a minute. This is what I really, really want. I mean.
But the thing we want to get to is when you want something, and it is not inappropriate to say, I want this to show myself that I am a deliberate creator. Unless what you're saying is, I'm not sure I'm a deliberate creator. And if I could really pull this off, then I would be sure that I am really a deliberate creator.
Right.
So then the basis of your thought is, the dominant basis from which you are offering your vibration is, I am not sure that I am a deliberate creator, but if this would happen, then I would know it. Yeah. But from that place of not being sure, you're not a vibrational match to it. It's like you can't get there from there. Isn't that interesting?
Yes.
So then you say, well, I am a deliberate creator. I'm a deliberate creator. I created this, and I created this, and I created this. Now you're a vibrational match to being a deliberate creator. And how much you create, how big it is irrelevant. In other words, once you know you're a deliberate creator. And then you say, yeah, but I'm a deliberate creator because I've never asked for anything more than I knew that I could pull off through my belief system. And so now I want to be a deliberate creator that can go beyond what I believe. And we say, there you are, back in that place where you can't get there from there. So don't give up.
Okay.
So now you say, all right, why do I want $16 million? Why do I want it? Tell us again.
Well, what you said, I want to prove that I'm a deliberate creator. And
which is not working out very well, so let's leave that one aside.
Okay, we'll leave that over here. And let's see, I also want it because I've already picked out the place I want to live. I've already picked out my car, all the things that I want to give to my family and my nieces and nephews and to charities. And it would make me feel very good to have that kind of money.
Now talk to us about the charities.
One of the charities that I'm interested in is I want to give people a chance who work very hard, give them a chance to get their education. Because
now, let's stop for just a moment and let's dissect this just a little bit, because what you're saying is, I want to prove that deliberate creation is possible. I want to prove that I am a deliberate creator. So I want to receive $16 million so that I can give it to others who don't know that they are deliberate creators?
Yes.
I want to do for them that which they have not figured out how to do for themselves. Can you feel how convoluted all of this sort of is? So the thing that we want to help to reestablish within you, because it's very clearly within you, we just want to sort of uncover it a little bit, is that when you ask, when anyone asks, it is given. The thing that is interesting about wanting the $16 million for the things that you want, yes, and to give to others, is that what it's actually coming from is a basis that says life is pretty hard for a lot of people, and this deliberate creation isn't working for everyone. And we can hear what you're saying. I would like it to work for me so that I could be an example of it working, so that I could assist others in understanding that it works. But still, there's some screwy stuff in there that says, I need to do it in order to prove to them something that's really hard. And you've got to get into this place where you understand that it is not a hard thing to do. In other words, it is not a hard thing to ask. Life experience causes you to easily ask. And it's not a hard thing for your desire to be fulfilled, because the answering is not coming forth from any of your labor or effort. In other words, source energy answers.